Well, here we are with quite a new setup. I don't know if you see, but we installed the fuel gauge there, and underneath is the amp meter. There's a digital one coming shortly. That battery check switch is no longer a battery check. I have to put a green sticker like the rest of them and put it that it's for the fuel check. And so I also had a spare plug, which is now for the freezer that's installed on board. So this plug I'm going to be marking freezer, and also it's going to be for a plug for my son's Xbox and stuff, because he's going to be in the quarter port side. Now this is the new gauge cluster that I installed. I'm still missing MT40 right here, which is the exact copy of that one, so I already made the hole. Here I have my Xantrax alternator monitor, and it also charges 2 battery banks, which is what I have on board. And underneath is the Xantrax inverter charger, 1000 watt 50 amp, and so that charges my house batteries at 50 amp, or gives me 110 throughout when I shut the main switch right here, or if I'm not plugged into the post. I still have 110 everywhere in the boat and the normal plugs. So like I said, this is the only plug that's directly connected to the panel, so that I could pull power straight from the post. All the other plugs are through the inverter. The inverter is set up right down there with a quick disconnect, and also with a plug in case I want to stop for whatever reason giving it power. Now I have 8 golf cart batteries and 1 D31. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's in there, it's hiding, and that's my starting. So if I run out of power, it'll never happen. Now if you go back here, this switch controls this. So while I'm at anchor, technically this will not show any power because right now I'm plugged into the marina, and this I don't want it to show any power at all either. So that controls the power for that, because or else it'll always stay on. Now I took out the voltmeter, as you can see, because one, during the day, these 2 gauges will give me the volts and the amps coming in and the volts in the batteries. When I'm underway, this will give me the volts and the amps put in the batteries. This is when I'm plugged into the shore power. Now, when I'm at anchor and I don't want to turn on all these instruments, or it's at night and there's no solar power coming in, I just turn on this switch right here, and I see my voltage right there. Now, like I was saying, this is a 12 volt plug, and I have 2, which is also on the switch here, and so all illuminated. Not too bad. Doom! I forgot the fuel gauge. Now, for those of you that know Landfall 38, this is the access panel for in the back of the control panel for the engine, and here we have a Rayco fuel system. So this right here is the autopilot that I'm trying to fit, but I've already fit it down here, just on the other side of this, just on the other side of it, and then I'm trying to make one out of aluminum because I made one out of wood and I didn't like it. So now it's coming in aluminum, and yes, you will have a video on how I made it, just not yet because I'm in the process and I needed power, and as you saw in the video earlier, I was trying to get the power situation fixed and made sure that all the wires were properly installed and no fire hazard. While I was doing that gauge, and I mentioned the fuel gauge indicator, I was trying to diagnose it because it was in the back of the panel and it would have hit it, so I had to relocate it. Doing so, I had to diagnose why the fuel gauge didn't work to begin with, pretty much since I purchased the boat. So with a bunch of diagnostics, I found out that, and yes, it's quite in there. I have to move this a bit. I don't know if you see, but all the way in there, there's a brand new float for the fuel sender. Yes, I had to change that. No, it wasn't fun. And if you look, there's the ground wire that's pretty much underground right here, which I realized I didn't need after installing it, so I'm going to have to stretch in there and take it off of the pin there. But yes, it does work, and I finally know the fuel level in this boat, which was more than I thought. So yes, I don't know if you see it, but I will give you more details. There's a hole that I drilled in here, and the autopilot's going to be next. And if my time schedule wasn't busy enough, I had to go help a friend with the floor in his boat, his new to him boat. So here you see the before, and shortly you'll be seeing the after. What a difference. 20 times more solid. You're welcome, Dave. And here we are on our way to Winnipeg to go see my mother. So this is it for this week's episode. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next week.